S with the Dr. S Show. I am so glad to be with you guys tonight. There's just so much going on around the country, the world. We have just lots of things that are going along in our borders to just there's just such a disarray with all those after chapter 42 is done, all those Venezuelans and all those soldiers or not soldiers, I guess, just people that were wanting to cross over, and just the way they've been crossing over at the different checkpoints, Del Rio, Three Rivers, the Valley, just, there's a lot going on. And because of that, I feel like it brings the country in such a disarray as far as what is happening here in our country. What is the peace that's going on? What's the peace that's going on here in our country? We have just so many issues going on in the Middle East. President Biden just deciding like what comments to make as to where the United States stands as far as everything that's going on right now, and the way that it affects the world, the way that it's affecting our country. And so, because of all that, there's a lot of uncertainty as to where are we going? Where are we going in the world? Where is the United States going in the world? With all the different things that are going on right now, there's uncertainties that are taking place all over in our country, all over the world. We just wonder, like, what is our position? What is it that we need to be doing in order to feel the security of what it's important of us to work together and have some peace. First of all, have some peace as a nation. And so we're about to elect a new president very soon in 2024. And so because of that, there's a lot of uncertainty that a lot of people are experiencing, that a lot of people are feeling. So what is it that we can do as a nation? What is it that we can do as families so that we can have that cohesiveness, so that we can have that center where we can be there for our children, where we can be there for the family unit, so that we can be there to make sure that we are stable in our families, so that we can be able to go forward strong and not have uncertainty and not have a disarray, which is very, very much happening right now, and ways of being able to bring the families together. Excuse me. And why is it important to bring the families together? Because that's our core. That is the core value as to why we were even begin at one time to be the great nation that we are. And we need to start getting back to our families. We need to secure that our families are secure, that the home units are secure, that the education systems are secure, that we need to go forward with security more than anything, that mother and father need to be together. If there's no mother and father, that, excuse me, we can have grandparents, we can have uncles and aunts, the extended family, to be able to have us all be situated in a situation where we can encourage and bring us together as a whole. It is so important right now for us to have that family unit situated and have those core values back, so that we can depend on each other and depend around us in our extended families. We need to go back to the church. We need to go back to that those units where we used to go back to church and see each other at least once a week. Those are some of the things that I think are really important at this point right now. We need to draw to a higher power that can give us that power, because right now everything looks really bleak. Right now, things are a little bit not very secure. But if we go back to our religious units, whatever they are, so long as we go back to that higher power, I believe that we can have that security come back as in our nation to be able to do some of the right things that need to be done in the family unit. So we wonder, like, okay, what is important here in the Rio Grande Valley, in the state of Texas, in the nation, that we could make a difference to be able to catapult our values, our beliefs, our core systems to the state of Texas and to the nation and to the world. There's just so much activity going on. There seems to be things that are in chaos, things that chaotic activity, things where we don't feel secure like we used to at one time. So what can we do in our family unit, you to stay together? They say the power of one. That means, one person can make a difference if they're united with another family and another person. And then by the time you know it, there's a lot of good things going on where they're supporting one another. So this is what I want to challenge you with tonight, to just be able to have peace, to have peace in your home, have peace in your family unit, have peace in your extended family, so that we can all come together and we can pray and go to a higher power that can give us that strength, that can give us what it is that we need right now, that higher power where we can call on to for God to come and make a difference in our lives, in our families' lives, in the state of Texas, and in the whole country as a whole, because it is like so important right now at this time. We need to go back and believe, what the Bible is saying, because this country was first founded by those values, and we need to go back, not go away from them. It's in these moments where we really need to go and draw to a higher power that will give us direction, that will give us a place where we can meet with other people and collaborate with each other and pray with each other and encourage each other. And when one is down, the other one can go up there and help them out, help them pick them up. And I believe that that's what we need to do at this moment. We need to get out of ourselves and we need to go and encourage, members in our family starting, and then members in our extended family, and then members in the community. Those are some of the things that do the heart good. And I believe that we need that. We need that right now. And so we just think about those things, and we thank you for helping us to be able to grow, to have a position to catapult from, and of course, catapulting to God is something that's very basic and that is very important. A higher power that we cannot always just depend on ourselves or depend on social media, or but we need to depend on each other, on that higher power, which is God, and go to church and come back and give to your family. So we thank you for helping me and us meditate on some of these topics that I think are very important, right? As we go on in a time in our world right now that seems like it's so chaotic. It seems like, it's so upside down. But the power of one person, the power of one family can make a difference. It can make a difference so that we can come back to God, and Him and God, the Almighty, can give us the power to go on and the strength. So we thank you for joining in the Dr. Az show, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for being with us. We thank you so much for joining us with the Dr.